Need to call order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa.
Here.
Councilman Grover.
Here.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Here.
Councilman Keenan.
Here.
Councilman Sedan.
Here.
Councilman Mazza.
Here.
President Cole.
Here. 8 members present. May we also have a prayer for the lead led by Councilman Gonzalez.
Almighty God, as we legislate for our community, may a strong sense of justice and fair play permeate all we do. Above all, may we seek out your holy will. Give us the strength to follow it, regardless of all human considerations. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is the regular meeting of the City Council that incorporated in the annual meeting notice of 2013, which was filed in the City Clerk's office and posted on the bulletin board on December 27, 2012, and sent to the Star Ledger. All new should be in compliance with the provision of the Open Public Meeting Law of New Jersey. Public speaking, anyone here would like to get his residential city council, citizens would like to visit the council with any matter. Please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
It's George Paguri, Mr. Councilman Goldman. Are we commenting on the resolution or general speaking? General speaking. Councilman, Mr. Grover, Sedan, Keenan, and of course, Ms. Perkins. Good evening. Tonight I would like to put my closing resolution to a business that my family used to own. It used to be the 640 Club across Elizabeth High School. And a lot of us, I'm sure, Councilman Keenan being Elizabeth and from the past, the rest of your life have been patrons. And the building was demolished about 8 months ago. And we were the initial owners and operators, and tonight I'd like to kind of give it a rest and not only recollect, but also just declare that it's an end to the 640 Club. Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else in the resident taxpayer like the city council, please step forward. Take your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Smith. I'm a resident of Patterson. I come before you tonight as a representative of the North Jersey Developmental Center Association. Back in August of 2012, the Governor's Task Force on Developmental Center Closures decided to close 2 of the 7 state developmental centers, both North Jersey Developmental Center and Woodbridge Developmental Centers. These are the only 2 developmental centers currently available in northern New Jersey and would devastate the family members in the north who visit their loved ones if these facilities close. I'm here to ask you tonight to pass a resolution to keep the developmental centers open. My daughter, Keisha, has been a resident of North Jersey Developmental Center for 27 years. I am angry and saddened over the decision to close her home, deeply concerned about her future and well-being, and terrified over the fact that of the possibility of her being transferred 100 miles one way from our family. My daughter is 42 years old and she's profoundly intellectually disabled. She has limited functional speech, she has aggressive behavior issues, and she suffers from epileptic petit mal seizures and has experienced 50 to 100 of those per day. But because of the excellent care and medical treatment that she received at North Jersey Developmental Center, I am happy to say that her seizures are under control. In fact, I haven't seen her have a seizure in at least 10 years. Just to give you a little background, prevent the closures of these two facilities. And I appreciate so much for the opportunity that you have allowed me to have to tell you my story. Thank you.
Ms. Smith, do you have any information to share with me? This is passed on to the clerks, please, ma'am. Thank you. And certainly, I think it's a great idea.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilman.
where is the North Jersey Medicine? Where's it located?
It's located in Total, New Jersey.
Total. Okay. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Sure. My name is Michelle Hardy. I live in 1971 Ernst Terrace in Union, New Jersey. I'm here also to represent the Parents Association of Woodbridge Developmental Center, where my sister's been a resident for over 40 years. I can't add any more additional information, but thank you very much for your time. The only thing I want to emphasize is these are not people that you see in commercials or at the Special Olympics. These are people in the developmental centers that really, they meet their water thickens so that they don't choke. Many of them are in wheelchairs. My sister is very fortunate that she is ambulatory, but she's known in no other home for over 40 years. My parents made a very difficult decision over 40 years ago that she would not have to be moved to change her routine at this point in her life. And I'm here to, ask for your help and your support for people, again, that can't speak for themselves. So we do appreciate your time, and we have some additional information for your review. And thank you so much for helping us. We've gone to a lot of other neighboring towns that have agreed to help us, and we certainly appreciate your support in any way that you can.
Thank you. Want to bring it up to the sequence? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Please state your name and address for the record.
Rex Reed, 2930 South Broad Street, Trenton, New Jersey.
What's your first name?
Rex.
Rex.
Reed. I'm a political legislative representative for the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, ASCE in the state of New Jersey, and I represent the ASCE workers at Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Developmental Centers. And I'm here to ask Elizabeth City Council to help the families, guardians, and workers fight to keep Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Developmental Centers open. The residents of Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Developmental Centers are your citizens. They need your help. They are the least able to care for themselves, and that's why we're here asking you to stand with them and save their homes. Some of them have lived in Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Developmental Centers for decades and know no other home. The state's plan to move the residents into community group homes is ill-conceived and dead, as stated by the former Deputy Director of the New Jersey Division of Developmental Disabilities for 32 years, Bernie White. He said that moving the residents from Woodbridge into the community setting would result in a 47% higher death rate than them remaining in the centers. These statistics are gathered from the states where this has already been done in California and Ohio. And if that were not reason enough, 11 of the family members and 122 of the ASPCWA and IFPTE workers at Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Developmental Centers live in the city of Elizabeth and are taxpayers and voters. And they do shopping. And they spend a good portion of their combined developmental center income, or approximately $91 million in their city over the year, some $6,352,600 by your residents. I say that because the governor's task force determined that finances lost to the cities would not hurt. I ask you, can anybody stand to lose any part of $91 million in these hard economic times? Or have your city support the added cost of group homes placed in your community, adding to your police, emergency service, fire, and rescue expenses? We are here asking you to stand with the residents of Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Developmental Centers by passing a resolution in support of keeping not only Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Developmental Centers, but all developmental centers in the state of New Jersey. Other cities have done so, and we're asking you to stand with the residents of the developmental centers and do likewise. We're also asking you, the City Council, to sign a petition that we have, and the members of the audience, so please join us and sign our petition in support of keeping Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Developmental Centers open. Thank you.
Do you have any literature you'd like to share with us?
Mr. President?
Yes.
I just wanted to remind you, just in case, at the last pre-council meeting when we gathered near the end, we had discussed this as a body, and we have it on the agenda to support you through this process. It's already on the agenda for tonight, so we'll be voting on it. So. Thank you.
Any other resident or taxpayer like to address the council in the matter? Please step forward, state your name and address. Any resident or taxpayer? Thank you.
Initially, I was going to remain reticent and then just listen to council meeting as a whole. However, I'm compelled in saying something. National Organization are, they're good friends with my organization. And in particular, I've seen the signs along, main thoroughfares and corridors where they're talking about closing down Woodbridge State School. And this would be a travesty because I have a nephew who suffers from autism. And I know how important the Woodbridge Development Center. My mother used to be an employee there. My aunt used to be an employee there. And I know we have a vast majority of the people who live in Elizabeth Point section. They would be affected by this also because a lot of them that reside in the Point section of Elizabeth, they are employed by the Woodbridge State School. So I hope once you do the due diligence that you will look into this matter and hopefully so this city council will support the resolution. And I hope that this individuals will come to my organization, People's Organization for Progress, and appeal to them, and I'm sure that you will get our assistance. Your fight is our fight.
Thanks. Anyone else? Any resident or taxpayer resident like to address city council in the matter? Please step forward, state your name and address for a record. Once again, and a resident or taxpayer like to address city council in the matter, please step forward, state your name and address for a record. Seeing none, close the public hearing.
Ordinance number 4359, authorize the establishment of Chapter 10.8.111 of the Code of the City of Elizabeth entitled Do Not Block the Intersection, specifically to add the intersection at South Broad Street and Garden Street to prevent vehicles from blocking traffic at the intersection at the height of rush hour.
You have read order number 4359. Anyone here like to address order number 4359? Please state the name and address for record, please.
George, you're right, it's Councilman Goldman and Mr. Perkins and the rest of you. Now, when it comes to these signs, this last year, and I'm discussing this with some people that are interested in what's going on with Elizabeth these days. Elizabeth has become full of signs. It's not the Elizabeth that we knew years ago. There's a ton of signs. Recently, there's a new stoplight by the jail where Union County Courthouse says there's one light. And then there's another one a few feet down. I would like to comment on the fact that Elizabeth has become just kind of convoluted with all these signs right and left and here and there when common sense should prevail. It doesn't look good. Thank you.
Thank you. I think by the address to that area is certainly going to enhance greater respect for traffic in that area. Thanks. Anyone else like to address, speak on order number 4359? Seeing none, close that portion of the meeting. With the consent of my colleague, I will dispense with the reading of the petition and communication and report of the city officer and who wants to put this on first reading. Order on first reading.
Ordinance number 4360, amend Chapter 10.36.20 of the Code of the City of entitled Designation of Meter Zones and Hours of Parking, specifically to amend, delete, and/or add location.
You have order number 4360. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance to a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Mr. President, could we
get a copy of the final product with these meters? I don't really think we got anything. I know there were some changes and adjustments as a result of meetings with the council.
I believe each councilman that had concern in the area met with Mr. Alvin and discussed the matter. I don't know if there was a list submitted to each councilman as per se, but all those that had concern in that area, we did meet with them and they gave the okay for it. So.
I just wanted to make sure, I wanted to see, because I wanted to make sure that the recommendations that we're waiting for the second board are included.
I'm pretty sure whatever your recommendation were, I think you and I discussed that, Councilman.
Yes, correct.
I'm pretty sure it's accurate in that okay?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? Roll.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye. On the pass on first reading.
Ordinance number 4361, amend chapter 10.36.30, schedule 1, code of the city of Elizabeth, entitled No Parking All Times on Certain Streets, specifically to add location.
You have to read order number 4361. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Move next second. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye. Order pass on first reading. Public hearing and further consideration of the foregoing order shall take place at the City Council to be held Tuesday, March 12, 2013 at 7:30 p.m.
Ordinance number 4362, authorize the refund of ordinance in an amount not to exceed $1,600,000 to refund 2004 early retirement funds for cost savings to taxpayers of the city by refinancing existing debt service obligations for said bonds.
You hear the reading of order number 4362. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye. Order pass on first reading. Public hearing and further consideration of the foregoing order shall take place at the City Council meeting to be held Tuesday, March 26, 2013 at 7:30 p.m. Ordinance on final passes.
Ordinance number 4359, authorize the establishment of Chapter 10.8.111 of the Code of the City of Elizabeth entitled Do Not Block Intersection, specifically to add the intersection at South Broad Street and Garden Street to prevent vehicles from blocking traffic at the intersection at the height of rush hour.
You have to read up order number 4359. What's your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Move and second. Any comments?
Yeah, Mr. President.
Yes, Councilman.
I'd just like to say on this ordinance, I understand the speaker's concern earlier about this ordinance with the signage, but it's unfortunate that this day and age we need to do these sorts of things. As you know, at this intersection, I'm sure other intersections in the city, unfortunately people are blocking the intersections, the traffic can't get through, pedestrians can't cross the crosswalk. So it forces us to do these sorts of things for the better of the public at large. So I appreciate the support for this ordinance. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Gonzalez. Anyone else? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye, I want to pass on front passes. New business.
Authorize an amendment to the fiscal year 2013 budget to insert as an item of revenue a Union County non-March 2013 grant in the amount of $11,000. Authorize an amendment to the fiscal year 2010 budget to insert as an item of revenue an open space trust fund County of Union, New Jersey Green Union County 2013 grant in the amount of $31,800. Authorize proper city officials to submit a request to the Director, Division of Local Finance to make correction in the city's 2013 fiscal year municipal budget to account for a change of title or tax of appropriation approved subsequent to the adopted budget. Authorize a resolution providing for the issuance of refunding bonds for the refunding of a portion of the city's 2005 general improvement bonds and providing for the form, maturities, and other details of said bonds. Authorizing a preliminary official statement and official statement providing for the sale of the refunding bonds and approving and authorizing the execution and delivery by the city of a continuing disclosure certificate, a bond purchase agreement, and an escrow deposit agreement. Authorize the award of a contract to East Coast Emergency Lighting, Millstone Township, New Jersey, for the purchase of light sirens, electrical wiring, etc. for 3 2013 Ford Interceptor SUV vehicles for the police department at a total cost of $25,943.10. Authorize the award of a contract to Bayer Ford, Morristown, New Jersey, for the purchase of 3 2013 Ford Police Interceptor SUV vehicles under the Cranford Co-op for the Department of Police in the total amount of $86,966.25. The next item on the agenda has been removed.
You have to read up the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution to a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second. Comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye, ayes. All resolution passes.
Mr. President, why did we remove that item?
We got some other things that we can discuss. It's I said we have something that we can sort out with the department, so we'll get rid of it by the time.
Okay, because we received the response.
Yeah, but some of the things that we discussed that. We'll discuss later.
Okay, thank you.
Authorize the award of a contract to Bellman Lumber Company, Brooklyn, New York, for the purchase of lumber and associated materials for various departments under the Morris County Co-op for the period February 4, 2013 through June 30, 2013, at a cost not to exceed $30,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Sherwin-Williams Company, Cleveland, Ohio, for the purchase of paint and related supplies for various departments for the period February 5, 2013 through July 31st, 2014, at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Eagle Point Thoroughfare, New Jersey, for the purchase of ammunition for the police department for the period February 4, 2013 to February 28, 2015 at a cost not to exceed $150,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Louis Barbado Landscaping, Holbrook, New York, for the purchase of 200 little leaf linden trees to be planted throughout the city in residential areas at a total cost of $31,800. Authorize the award of a contract to Store and Tractor Company, Branchburg, New Jersey, for the purchase of Toro Infield Pro 3040 in the amount of $18,722.40. And a Toro Groundmaster 320AT 3345 in the amount of $29,020.93 under the Middlesex Regional Educational Commission Co-op at a total cost of $47,743.33. Authorize the award of a contract to Spawn Ranch Industry, California for the purchase of precast skate park equipment for the Holland Playground at a total cost of $177,448.12. Authorize proper city officials to enter into an agreement with the County of Union Department of Human Services Division of Youth Services and accept a grant award in the amount of $11,000 from the Union County Youth Services Commission grant funds for the Night Watch Supervision Program under the Juvenile Justice Commission points of continuum disposition during the period January 1, 2013 through December 31st, 2013.
You have the reading of the resolution, pleasure.
Move the resolution to a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and second. Any comments?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Auguste.
Thank you. Mr. President, I truly want to thank the mayor and the recreation director for finding a way to provide for the skate park over in Holland Park here in the city of Elizabeth. Many children, as we see, they use any means to do that skateboarding. They're right here on the steps of City Hall. So I'm glad that the mayor, along, and yourself, Mr. President, this is in your ward, and the residents are looking forward to that whole park being done over, and it's a nice way to spend very tight dollars during this time. So thank you.
Anyone else like to make comments? Yeah, Councilwoman, I'm glad you did. I was going to make kind of the same remarks. As you know, we've been working very diligently trying to make sure that our city is mostly established with recreation throughout the city, and certainly with skateboards. I'm thrilled that it's going to be placed over there at Holland Park. Those that are not familiar, right over Reach Street and the highway and East Grand Street. It's going to be very unique located and a very unique design. It's just going to be a win-win situation for the whole city. And I'm hoping that all my city council members would support me on this event. Thank you. Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Gusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye. Pass on resolution passed. Motion to remove from the table.
Mr. President, at this time, I still want to keep this on the table for Brand New Day Renaissance Project until I receive further information.
You want to keep this on?
Correct, on the table. Still want it to be tabled.
So there's no motion.
No motion.
Which one do you keep on the table?
That's it.
First one, the only one.
Just one.
The second one?
First one.
First one, okay. So that you want to keep on? Okay. The rest we want to remove from the table. So I need a motion to...
Just the one. Never placed on the table.
The other two, right, okay. Make a motion.
There's nothing else on the table. There's only one item.
Just the one, right?
She's got to read
It's just the one immediately under the
Right.
motion for the table, Mr. President.
Okay.
Authorize the award of a contract to Hatchmont McDonald, Millburn, New Jersey, to provide civil engineering services on a time and materials basis in connection with the update of the all-hazard mitigation plan, addressing natural hazards at a cost not to exceed $51,500 plus reimbursable. Authorize the award of a contract to Envar Services, Inc. $123,600 plus reimbursement.
You have to read the resolution on the budget.
Move the resolutions for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yes, Councilman.
I'm very happy to see phase number 2 of the Elizabeth River Trail. We did phase number 1. As you can see, it's a beautified section between Grove Street and Bridge Street. Now we have Bridge Street all the way to South Street. And then eventually will be phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, and phase 6 until we go to close to Montana Park. This is a great thing to happen. Preservation of some of the old trees that might be remaining, was a sanctuary area for the birds, and great things, and the river path, benches, lights, and things like that, so Elizabeth should be very proud.
Thank you, Councilman. Anyone else? Yeah, Councilman Mazda, just for information, I have walked the new bush that they have placed there, and it's very well designed, and it's a nice path. I can't wait to the completion of it. And maybe some of those that don't know where it's at, right off South Broad, and they need to go there and just stroll with your friend and have lunch one day when it's warm out. Not today, not when it's cold out. Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Torres.
Aye.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye, and ayes, all resolution passed.
Authorize the award of a contract to USA Architects, Somerville, New Jersey, to provide architectural services for the preparation of conceptual designs for the records retention room on the 3rd floor of the Public Works Maintenance Facility, 400 Atlantic Street, at a cost not to exceed $25,000. Establish liens for the boarding up of properties listed on Schedule A on file in the City Clerk's office in the total amount of $3,030.65. Authorize proper city officials to accept as a donation a Westinghouse 60-inch flat screen television to be placed at the O'Donnell Dempsey Senior Center from Councilman Carlos Cedeno. Authorize the establishment of a loading zone for the Jersey Dairy Express, Inc., Pennsylvania Avenue, and the address is 527, 539, to be installed on the east side of Pennsylvania Avenue, beginning 148 feet north of Whitehead Place and continuing 90 feet north thereof. Authorize settlement in the workers' compensation litigation matter of Walport versus City of Elizabeth in the total amount of $14,720. Authorize settlement in the workers' compensation litigation matter of Goldman versus City of Elizabeth in the total amount of $36,186. Authorize settlement in the workers' compensation litigation matter of Sandwich versus City of Elizabeth in the total amount of $27,100. Adopt a resolution opposing the closing of the Woodbridge Developmental Center and the North Jersey Center. Adopt a resolution for Elizabeth residents to participate in Earth Hour City Challenge by turning out their lights for 1 hour to raise awareness of environmental climate changes. Designate May 28, 2013 as Youth and City Government Day and appoint Councilman Franco Mazza as chairman of said affair. Pay utility bills, approve bingo and raffle licenses.
You have to read the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolutions for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Mr. President.
Yes, Councilman.
Thank you, Mr. I'd like to comment on the resolution opposing the closure of the Woodbridge and North Jersey Developmental Center. I support this 100%, but it was interesting that today the governor made his address of the budget. And while I didn't catch all of it, I saw a segment of it, and the segment had to do with his support and his budget, talking about for persons with developmental disabilities, and talking about how much New Jersey has the highest rate of institutionalizing people. Yeah, here we have people today who say that their loved ones, they're getting the appropriate, the proper care in these places, and he's closing the ones here in North Jersey. It gives them no choice but then to send their family members down to South Jersey, where they won't be able to have contact with them like they used to, come and see them like they like to. And here we have, our governor saying supporting people with developmental disabilities, yet he's closing these 2 developmental centers. I think it's outrageous, and I hope that all the council members will support this resolution to oppose the closing of these 2 developmental centers. Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman, sorry. Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, Councilman Grover.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have to agree with my colleague that my wife has been working in this field for 20 years, dealing with certain folks of our community, and these centers are very important to these families. And my wife has worked in the private sector also with the group homes, and the service is not the same. You just can't repeat it. And I think our governor, once again, is being a hypocrite because he says one thing from one side of his mouth and something different happens. So we supported the resolution, and we're hoping that all of you who are here to make your feelings known to our governor.
Thank you, Councilman. Anyone else? Yes,
I'm sorry, Mr. President.
Councilman,
Thank you, Mr. President. In addition to supporting the resolution regarding the closing of the Woodbridge Developmental Center and North Jersey Center, I'm hoping that this body can send this resolution to our state representatives, Senator Lesniak and Assemblywoman Ned Kiana and Assemblyman Joe Crine, so they can galvanize support throughout the state on the state side. This cannot happen. We cannot close our backs and close our doors on people who need services the most. What type of government do we have when we don't service those who are in true need? So I will be supporting it, and I also want to make sure that the resolutions hit our state legislators so they know that we're watching them and we're hoping that they can have the backs of not only the families who work there, but also those who use it as a means of taking care of their loved ones. Thank you, Mr. President.
thank you. Councilman Hughes.
President, I agree. And here's another instance in which the governor regrettably has a disconnect between dollars and cents in the lives of people who live in our communities. These are not abstract persons. These are children. These are parents. These are brothers. These are sisters, nieces, and nephews. These are people we know. And they're human beings who are entitled to dignity, and they're entitled to a living structure that works for them. So I would hope that as part of this resolution that we're supporting, we also try to raise the visibility in the media, because if the story has been in the New Jersey media, I've not caught it, and maybe if there's anything we can do to help raise the media awareness of these potential closings, that would help, and it's totally unacceptable. So good luck in your process. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Councilman.
Yes, Mr. President, I do echo the wording from the various councilmen. I was very impressed from the gentleman that spoke before. There is no value for the life of our people, of our residents, people that are in need. If these are our citizens, brothers and sisters, how can we not help them out? So I'm totally in favor, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, Councilman Sedator.
I just wanted to add, I know many statements were said, and this impacts us in so many different ways. I know it was mentioned from the business side that happens in the city of Elizabeth to all the employees that might lose their jobs, how everyone else has stated as well. It's the people that live there, the support and assistance they've had, and how many people have mentioned too, just the fact that it's almost as if they don't have a voice for themselves, and we are their voice. If we don't stand up, unite, and speak to oppose what Governor Christie's doing, who will? So I feel as though it's an obligation, an urgency to it as well for us to stand up and really voice out. And I just want to say personally, and I know my colleagues are the same page to where we're supporting it. So thank you for coming here tonight and taking the time.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grova.
I have to abstain on the Jersey Dairy. I have anything else?
On which one?
Jersey Dairy loading zone.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
I'm going to abstain on the donation to the Donald Dempsey Center, and I'm for everything else.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gold.
I'd like to abstain on the litigation with Galvin, the city of Elizabeth. I have anything else? Commendation, Police Superintendent William Blue, retirement, and Elizabeth Packers, Darlene M. Robertson, Tina S. Raymond, Darrell L. Gordon Hall, Esteban and Ruth Lazar, Mysterio Prison, Dale Ray, Emerald Combination, okay, Andrew, what that last name is?
Last day.
That's okay, student of the month, congratulations. Memorial, Mamie R. Tyler, Committee Woman, 5th Ward, 8th District, Maria Barati, Evangelist Sally Hughes, Carmen Joseph Tento, in memorial, stand for memorial. Motion to adjourn.